Good morning to all. Welcome back to today's science class, and today we are going to start a new block in science, that is our 11th block, and its name is preserving food. And in the last chapter we are actually discussed about the health and diet. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about preserving food, and first lesson in this block, that is spoiled food harmful? Is spoiled food harmful? Say yes or no. Yes, it will be harmful. And in this lesson, we are going to identify the diseases caused by the consumption of spoiled food. Okay, when we are eating the spoiled food, then what all the diseases can affect to our body. That only we are going to discuss today's class. Okay, and why do we eat food? Why do we eat food? We know that already. I told you earlier classes. In a day, we are taking the food more than thrice or twice. Why? Why we are eating the food? To get the nutrients and to stay healthy, right? Yes. And at the same time, for the growth of our body, we are eating the food. And if the food is harmful, when will be the food is harmful? Yes, when we are eating the spoiled food, then it will be harmful to our body. Right? Yes. And when we are considering about the food, food is actually the basic requirement of our body. Food is very important to our body because these foods can give nutrients essential for our body. And in the last block we were discussed about the deficiency disease and the disease caused by the lack of nutrients. All those things we discussed. So we learned that, we understand that food is very important in our life. But when we are eating and spoiled food, or the food is stale, okay, so that time it will affect our health badly. Okay, and for example, means when we are eating and food spoiled food, so that time there is a chance of stomach upset, headache, vomiting, nausea, like these problems may happen. Okay, so why when this food becomes spoiled? And what's the cause of spoiling the food? What's the cause of spoiling the food? When we can say that a food is spoiled. Okay, and for that we can explain. We already learned that pathogens and all, microorganisms. What's the speciality of microorganisms? They are very small in size and we can't able to see them with our naked eyes because they are very small in size. So we require, or we needed microscopes to see these microorganisms. And actually this microorganism needs water, warmth, moisture, air for their and nutrients for their growth. Okay, left outside for a long period of time, then what will happen? These microorganisms can easily get they can easily get the moisture and warmth. They will grow and they produces an harmful substances to the food. Then that harmful substances makes the food spoiled. Okay, like some that harmful substance we can consider as toxins. Okay, it makes our food spoiled. When we are eating such kinds of food, then it affects our means we became sick. Okay, and in your textbook one picture you can see here how the spoiled foods looks like. Okay, and mainly these microorganisms name we learnt, like bacteria, fungi, that all we can consider as an microorganisms. And when we get sick, if we eat spoiled food, and fungi, bacteria are some microorganism that cause food to spoil. And I told you that the microorganisms are they can spoil the food. And these microorganisms names already we learned, bacteria, fungi and all. And when we are discussing our 9th block, I clearly in a workbook we discussed about the bacteria affected food and or like that some pictures was there. Okay, so when these kinds of bacteria or fungi it attacks the food, that already I told you, when we are placed in an outside for a long period of time, then this bacteria can easily grows in that food. They can easily get the warmth, and at the same time they will get the warmth and moisture. Okay, due to this moisture they can easily grow in that food. Okay, and these microorganisms are the basic things. They can spoil the food, and at this time they are producing a harmful toxin. That's why this food, when we are eating time, it affects our health badly, or when we became sick. In your textbook, one picture, here there are two pictures are given, and here you can see the bread and strawberries, and both are spoiled food. Not only these bread and strawberries, these kinds of problems affecting, but also the sweets and other foods, and develop a green or blue fungus on them and get spoiled. And dough we are used to make the for making the bread, we are using we are making the dough. Okay, and that gets spoiled because of microorganisms such as yeast and bacteria acts on it. And at the same time, milk also gets spoiled due to the bacteria. Even packaged foods can also spoiled by these kinds of microorganisms. Okay, so when we are placing these kinds of food items left outside for a long period of time, then it actually helps the microorganisms for their growth of microorganisms. Okay, because these food offer the moisture and warmth. Okay, so they can easily, and they will get the nutrients too, so they can easily grow and produces and toxins. When we are taking these kinds of food, it will affect us, like food poisoning and all we are saying. No, like this way it will affect. And that's all about our first lesson. Now we can discuss about the worksheet, so that time you will get more idea about this concept. Okay, our first worksheet S1, there is 2 newspaper articles given, and now we can read the newspaper articles. First one: in a case of food poisoning in an engineering college in Andhra Pradesh, about 20 students fell ill after eating snacks. Students complained of stomach ache, nausea, vomiting and headache. And the second articles: 45 people feel sick after eating food at a dinner party in Chittoor districts. They were admitted to a nearby hospital and put on a drip. Okay, so that is mainly there are 2 articles. Both the articles it's saying about the food poisoning. Okay, when we are eating the food, so after some times, if we are having these kinds of health problems like stomach ache, nausea, vomiting, headache and all, then there is a chance of food poisoning. Okay, so these are the main symptoms of when we are eating a spoiled food. Okay, after eating the food, these kinds of problems may experience us. Then according to this article, we need to solve these questions and answers. Why do you think people fell sick after eating food at the dinner party in Chittoor districts? Maybe these foods are spoiled food, or because of food poisoning they feel sick. They fell sick because after eating the food. No, so there is a chance of there is mainly because of the food poisoning, or they are eating a spoiled food. Spoiled, or that food was stale or spoiled. That's why these people fell sick after eating the food. Okay, and B, and first B, what happens to the students of engineering college after eating the snacks? After eating the snacks, they fell ill after eating. About 20 students fell ill after eating the snacks. And the students, and see what are some symptoms of food poisoning. That are stomachache, nausea, vomiting, fever, headache and all. Then second question, what are some other diseases that can be caused by eating spoiled food? Other diseases are mainly diarrhea, dysentery are the other diseases can affect by a person if he is eating spoiled food, diarrhea and dysentery. Then third question, what do you think people in Chittoor districts were put on a drip? How would it help? That is mainly if we are considered, already I told you that if we are having vomiting or diarrhea, so that time excess amount of water and salt losses from our body. Okay, there is a, because when we are vomiting time, we already knows, and diarrhea, like these problems, if we are vomiting time, we became weak, and at the same time excess amount of water and salt lose from our body. Okay, there is a low stage of excess amount of water and salt. So it may leads to dehydration. It may leads to dehydration. Due to dehydration, dehydration means that loss of water from our body. Okay, dehydration. So that time we should, ORS solution is also there, that can also avoid the dehydration. But if the dehydration is excess in a particular person, if some severe cases are there, means continuously they vomiting, continuous vomiting and diarrheas, that time it will be a severe case of dehydration. On that case, that people has to give the drip with glucose in hospitals and all. Okay, so because of severe dehydrations, that peoples they in Chittoor district put on a drip. It contains glucose solution, because I already told you that they become weak by the dehydration. That's why. Then fourth question, how could these two incidents can be prevented? That means here it is given that two articles, how can we prevent it? When we are cooking time, means we should take every time fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, means we have to check before we are making any kinds of food. We already discussed if it is non-veg, meat items or chicken, bacteria affected chickens and all, we already discussed. So we should make sure that the food is means the prepared food or all the ingredients that we are using in the food for making the food will be fresh. Okay, and at the same time we have to place it proper way, or we have to make in a proper way, and balanced food or leftover food we should we can store in refrigerators and all, to avoid the bacterials or microorganisms attack. Okay, so that's all about our worksheet 1, and in this case you have to remember the main thing, dehydration also you have to keep in mind. Dehydration is the loss of excess water and salt in our body due to the diarrhea or vomiting. Okay, and if it is minor kinds of dehydration, that then we can drink more amount of water, or in that water we have to add salt or sugar, then we can drink it, or otherwise in markets or medical shops ORS solutions are available, that also we can drink. Then we can avoid such kinds of dehydration. But if it is severe, continuous vomiting and diarrheas are happening time, we should go for an hospital, and that time they will, in severe case of dehydration, they will give these kinds of drip with the means through glucose and all, they are giving drip. Okay, so that's all about our first lesson in this chapter, in this first lesson. And what are the keywords that we discussed in today's class? That are diarrhea, dysentery, that already we learnt, and at the same time food poisoning. Okay, spoiled food, these are the keywords that we learned in today's class. And now we can move on to our second lesson. It is very small lesson, so that we can discuss now. And okay, now we can discuss our second lesson, and our second lesson name is, why does food get spoiled? Okay, and in this lesson we are going to identify the reasons and symptoms of foods get spoiled. Okay, and we are as means when we are discussing about the first lesson, that articles, that time we learn that the foods, what will happens when we are eating and spoiled food. And the last question in that worksheet, how can we avoid these two conditions? That time I told you that before making the food we have to make sure that item or that ingredients that we are using for preparing the food are fresh, and we have to make sure that there is no microorganisms attached to that particular food or ingredients that we are using for making the food. And at the same time, after making the food also, we have to place it uncovered and place it properly. Okay, and now we are going to discuss what are the symptoms of these kinds of spoiled food. Normally that we can easily look by look or through the odor we can easily identify. We know that when we are buying or a fruit, if we consider about the fruits, okay, and when we consider the fruits, if it is spoiled, then it becomes soft than the fresh one. Okay, for example, if you are buying the normally tomato, if you are buying time, or vegetables like tomato also we can consider, and that time, for example only I am saying. Okay, so if we buying it, so that time it will be fresh, and when we place in our home to or for a 1 week and all, then it becomes more soft compared to the day how we brought it. Okay, so like secondly, when we are considering in the case of milk, okay, if it is spoiled, it not only curdles but also its taste, and there becomes the taste will be changed, and at the same time some sour smell sour. Common signs of the food that is spoiled. So first one is change its color. Okay, that in the case of bread already we discussed, and in your textbook also you can see the diagrams, fresh vegetables and fruits and rotten vegetables and fruits. Okay, then change in texture. Texture means that shape. Okay, there is a change in texture. And unpleasant smell. Okay, normally when we are considering the fruits, each and every fruits having a smell. Orange, apple, when we consider these kinds of fruits, it having a pleasant smell. Okay, if it is spoiled, then that smell will be unpleasant smell. Then at the same time it has an, and fourth one is bad taste. Bad taste. These are the symptoms. We have to identify the reasons and symptoms of food gets spoiled. So symptoms already we discussed, and reason is mainly by the attacks of microorganisms. So that's why nowadays when we are buying the vegetables, fruits, every time means we are placing it in the refrigerator, because this otherwise some more other ways that microorganisms may affects the food items. So we are normally placing in refrigerators to avoid these kinds of attacking of microorganisms. Okay, and actually I told you that microorganisms requires mainly warmth and moisture for their growth. If they are not getting this warmth and moisture, they are normally not getting the warmth and moisture when we are placing it in the refrigerator, so they can't able to grow. Okay, so that symptoms are change in color, change in texture, bad smell or unpleasant smell, and bad taste. These are the symptoms for the food items when it is spoiled. Okay, and in the case of milk and fruits, I already told you when we are discussing about our workbook, so that time you can means we can explain more about the other kinds of vegetables or fruits and milk, like this food items we can discuss. Okay, in your textbook workbook, first question, here it is a table. Complete the table by writing the symptoms that that tell you that the food is spoiled. And first case you can see here which one, that in that picture we can see what, bread. Okay, how do you know this food is spoiled? So mainly in the case of bread, what will happen? I already told you that there is a change in color. there will be some fungi attack, some green color we can able to see. So we can see some greenish things develops in the bread, on that greenish things growing on the bread, spoiled bread, that color, change in color. Okay, and some smell also there, bad smell. And second one is, actually here it is fruits case, together we can write, it's actually banana. So in banana's case also we can say change of color in banana also, or fruits also change in color. And in the case of strawberries and all, we discussed how does it look like. So the same way there will be more that means they change their color, there is a change in their color and change in texture also, change in color and change in texture. And third one is milk, we believe it's milk. And when the milk is spoiled, so that time it becomes more thicker, means it becomes more thick. Okay, so the milk thickens when it's spoiled, and there is not only curdles but also some change in taste and smell sour. Okay, and second question, what has caused these food items to spoil? Mainly these microorganisms are the main cause. The attacks of microorganisms cause the foods to spoiled, mainly the bacteria and fungi. Yeast leads to the spoil or to spoiling the food. What has caused these food items to spoil? Microorganisms are the main reasons to spoil the food. Then third one, Rita observed that fungus grows on bread faster in warm rainy season. Why do you think this happens? Already I told you that microorganisms requires warmth and moisture for their growth. In warm, here it is mentioned, warm rainy season, this bread spoiled fastly, or fungus grows faster in warm rainy season. In warm rainy season, these microorganisms are getting warmth and moisture, so they can easily grow. Okay, are you clear? Yes, and today's class we were actually discussed about first case, and at the same time we can consider the keywords that we discussed in today's class, that are fungus, bacteria, microorganisms and toxins, that already we discussed. And here we will discussed about the nausea, diarrhea, dysentery, food poisoning. These all you can consider as the keywords of this lesson. So now we can just conclude both the lessons. In first lesson we were discussed, is spoiled food harmful? Yes, so we find an answer. Yes, spoiled food is harmful, and when we are eating and spoiled food, it makes us sick. Okay, and after eating these kinds of spoiled food, there is a chance of stomach upset and vomiting, nausea and diarrhea, dysentery and all these kinds of, mainly this vomiting and diarrhea leads to dehydration in our body. That means excess loss of water and salt from our body. So if we have such kinds of problems, in like an home remedy, we have to take more amount of water, it contains salt or sugar, like this we can drink, or otherwise from the market easily we will get the ORS solutions, and that we can drink. But if it is severe dehydration, so that means continuous vomiting and all, we should go for an hospital, and in hospital if it is severe dehydration, they will put the drip. Okay, and that's all about our first lesson. And one more thing we learn, microorganisms, they requires warmth, moisture, nutrients and air for their growth, or to grow. Okay, so we should avoid such kinds of conditions, then we can prevent. Okay, then second lesson, why does foods get spoiled? food gets spoiled when we left it for a long period of time, then there is a chance of, when we left outside for a long period of time, that time there is a chance of this food gets spoiled. And how can we identify if a food is spoiled? By change in color, change in texture, and unpleasant smell, bad taste. We can easily identify. And if we consider the fruits, mainly I told you that change in color and they become more softer than the fresh fruits. Okay, and in the case of milk already we discussed. So that's all about our first and second lesson. Hope you understand about this concept. If you having any kinds of doubts, we can clarify it at the time of our Zoom live interaction. Okay, so that's all about today's class. Thank you.